Hello, my name is Bryce Budney. I'm a political science major, and my topic is the United States and international drug trafficking. I chose this topic because I think it is interesting how different governmental organizations deal with problems that face the country. An introduction to the United States and drugs. The relationship between the United States and drug trafficking is long and complex. Until the late 1800s and early 1900s, many dangerous illicit substances, such as cocaine and opium, were legal. In the 20th century, however, there was a large shift in public perception of drugs and alcohol, leading to waves of restrictions, such as prohibition, which was later repealed. In the modern day, it is the policy of the government that all law enforcement agencies are to combat illegal drug trafficking, most of which is done by transnational criminal organizations. America internationally. The organization Global Financial Integrity estimated that more than a third of the total value of transnational organized crime came from the manufacture and trafficking of illicit drugs, generating somewhere between 426 and $652 billion for transnational criminal organizations worldwide. It is the policy of the United States government to strengthen its relationships with other countries as a means of reducing the international drug trade. This may include opening up diplomatic relations with illegal drug producing countries as a means of stopping the problem at the source. The U.S. also aims at disrupting the global drug supply chain and the financial activities of transnational criminal organizations. These are some of America's foreign policy approaches. Regarding cocaine and heroin, U.S. policy includes the eradication of the coca plant and the poppy flower crop used to make the illicit drugs. This may include destruction or crop substitution. Destruction may include the physical uprooting of crops, fumigation, which involves the use of herbicides, and mechanical removal, which involves tractors harrowing the fields. This is usually conducted by U.S. government agencies and contractors. U.S. alternative development programs, funded and run mainly by the State Department and U.S. Agency for International Development, support United States counter-narcotics objectives by helping countries develop economic alternatives to narcotics production, expand legal employment opportunities, and offer other incentives to farmers to discontinue planting illicit drug crops. America's foreign policy approaches continued. America also makes efforts to combat drugs already in transit towards the United States. The Department of Defense is the lead entity in charge of preventing drugs from reaching the United States. They work in tandem with many other government agencies, including Homeland Security, the Coast Guard, Customs, and Immigration. The Coast Guard plays a particularly key role as it serves as both a federal armed service corps and a law enforcement agency that can intercept vessels inside the jurisdiction of the United States. The illicit drug trade is a violent industry, and something must be done to combat the growing drug trafficking problem and the related violence. These are some steps that America can take going forward. These steps may include upgrading our use of cyber tools to counteract transnational criminal organizations, increasing the size, authority, and capabilities of the U.S. Coast Guard, and building up international cooperation, particularly between law enforcement agencies, along with building support in drug producing countries. This will help to further our goals of moving toward a decrease in the drug-related problems that affect our society and our nation. My works cited include the Indiana Journal of Global Legal Studies, the Office of National Drug Control Policy and their National Drug Control Strategy, an article from Brookings titled "The Wicked Problem of Drug Trafficking in the Western Hemisphere," and a publication from the Congressional Research Service titled "International Drug Control Policy: Background and U.S. Responses."